Then I took 4 different trades in this pre-market. I sent a message in my chat saying that I feel myself in the zone. Now, the reason why I was feeling myself in the zone was super simple. I woke up fresh. I had nothing on my brain. I was like, you know what, man, this looks really, really nice. Like the whole schedule, the day is completely clean. And this is one other thing that I always wanted to talk about with you guys on YouTube is whenever your day is super stacked. Yeah, next meeting, bro. You're gonna have a terrible day trading. The only reason is because the brain is occupied. Still, there's some energy in the brain is occupied by the next tasks that you have come in and you're trying to trade here. So I had nothing on my plate. I'm like, you know what, man, everything's good. Let's see what happens. And I sent a message in my chat. All my people in my chat still printed, and I sent a message in my chat saying, "This." I sent a message in my chat. I feel very ready for the market. If market comes in my clutches, man, I'm gonna print today. Human printer in action. Now, you know what I'm gonna say? This aged well today, isn't it? Anyway, we had a beautiful day. Now, all my people got the trade with me. That's a different story. Now let's have a look what happened today. Now, first things first, if you do not already know this, I use different time frames at different times of the day. All right, now different time frames, I've spoken about this plenty times, but if you're first time watching the video, I use 2-minute chart for first 30 minutes of the market open. That means from 9:30 Eastern time to 10 o'clock Eastern time. I use 5-minute chart for next 60 minutes of the market open. That means 10 o'clock Eastern to 11 Eastern. Then I use 10-minute chart for rest of the day if I'm trading. Okay, that's how I trade. This is the system that works for me. And right at the market open, I was watching this QQQs and I was on a 2-minute chart. Everything looked absolutely beautiful. Essentially, let's drop the bar here. I was watching these QQQs, had made a big move towards the downside already. Now, as soon as the market opened, there's 2 levels that I always pay attention to, and I always tell everybody to pay attention to. Watch the pre-market high and the pre-market low. If the prices can break out of this range really, really quick, within first 5 minutes we out of this range, there are big chances that we might actually start trending. Remember what I said, within 5 minutes if we break the pre-market, and we will come back to this point as well a little bit later, okay? So now what happened? It broke below the pre-market low. Right here, this is a pre-market low right here, broke below the pre-market low, and then it started around this critical level that I have, 598.4, and this is called level flag strategy. Essentially, level flag strategy is when you have a level forming on top of the flag forming on top of the level. You can take a trade towards the downside with the profit target of the next level that you have on your charts, and these levels were coming from the levels that I had from the hourly chart. As you can see, every single day I send levels in my chat. Right here, I send my levels in my chat, and these are the levels that I'm watching. They're exactly the same levels, just so. Anyway, I decided to jump into puts the moment the lows kind of break or the flag kind of break, and it made a big move towards the downside, hit my next profit target that I was watching, quickly paid really, really nice. I think this one paid like 40-ish%, really, really quick. But at the same time, while this started going, I was watching this SPX as well. SPX looked really good because SPY's chart looked good. Now you're like, bro, how many names are you watching at the same time? Bro, as many as I humanly possibly can. I've been doing it for a while now. But you can stick to one and you'll still be able to make money. You see what I'm saying? 40% win rate, or 40% win on $1,000 position size is $400. $400 a day for 250 trading days, that's $100,000. There you go. So you do not need a lot of money to make money. You just need proper systems to make money. Exactly what was happening on SPY as well. We broke below, or this kind of is the pre-market low right here. If we broke below the pre-market low, went back, retest this, made a beautiful little flag at the same time while QQQs was making a beautiful flag. So I decided to jump in. I was watching SPY's chart, but I jumped in SPX puts, and I took profits on SPX literally right at the bottom when the 6650 critical level was approaching. And at the same time, my QQQ's critical level was sitting right there as well. So I was like, okay, same thesis why I jumped into the trade, same thesis why I'm going to jump out of the trade. So this is only 20 minutes into the market open so far. And at the same time, I was watching Tesla as well, because I sent a message in my chat to you. I'm like, okay, we are watching Tesla above 434.7 for 440 calls. And essentially the whole game plan, as you can see, 430, his whole game plan was super simple. Within first 5 minutes, what did I say? Within first 5 minutes, if you break above the pre-market high, there are big chances that we're going to start trending. Within first 5 minutes, we broke above the pre-market high, made a big move. Now I need some sort of a pullback. I'm not jumping in otherwise. I saw some sort of a pullback, especially towards this 8 exponential moving average, towards the VWAP. I decided to go long, and this is a trade that we call. Now, SPX really paid. Very nice. It was like $400 a contract. Bro, a contract. Do you understand what that means? That means if I have 10 contracts, that's $4,000 straight away. And it was just such a beautiful trade. SPX had a beautiful trade. QQQs had a beautiful trade. And then this Tesla was a beautiful trade. And it absolutely just paid, bro. It went, multiple different entries. And it made a decent move, as you guys can see right here. Now, this is where the trouble comes. People do not take profits. When it comes to profit taking, man, just write this down if you can. When it comes to profit taking, there's two different things. One is profit taking, other one is fear. Okay, profit taking also, what I mean is greed. The problem that people have, greed is when you're trying to squeeze every single cent out of the move. Fear is when you're not letting any sort of runners run. So this is fear. This is greed. The two different problems. Now, I personally believe you can only become successful if this is fear and if this is greed. You find a balance in the middle. What does that mean? You're still a little bit fearful that you do not want to lose your gains or you do not want to blow your money, but you're still a little bit greedy at the same time where you do not want to get out too early. You still want to let the runners run. So the fix that I found was anytime the stock starts moving in your favor really nicely, like on Tesla I showed you, really nicely started pushing towards my favor, I'm going to take 50% off. 50% off, that means I'm feeding into my fear. Okay, I took 50% off. And the remainder of the 50% is I'm feeding into greed. That, okay, if it makes a big move now, I'll get paid. That means I'm standing literally in the middle. I'm keeping both of these parties happy. If it does make a big move, guess what? My greed is looked after. Sweet. Then I'll take another 50% because of fear. Then I'll leave another 50% of the... So, for example, if I did 20 contracts initially, I'll sell 10, I'll hold 10. But if it goes again, then I'll divide 5 and 5 in both of these. I'll take 5 off and I'll hold 5. Then I'll take 3 off and then I'll hold 2. Then I'll take 1 off. Then I'll hold 1. Then I'll take 1 off. See you later. This is how I let my runners run on all the levels. Now the question that comes is the levels. Because people do not know how to draw levels. It absolutely blows my mind. People start trading and they just do not know how to draw my levels. Now I understand, bro. It's not as easy that people make it seem. It's a little bit complicated. All the information that you're acquiring has to be used very precisely in the markets. Otherwise, you're going to end up overdoing this stuff and giving the money back in the markets, which is exactly why I don't like to say this over and over again. I genuinely believe my KCU, my mentorship, my actual program, you get to see my screens in the real time. You are part of this community where everybody's making money. Even though I'm not on the voice with them right now, they're all making money. Like, check this out. People got talking about 200% trades. And they're making money right now. And the only reason is because they have 24/7 coaching from me. They have actual community which looks after them and everybody's always happy in there. Hey, they're like-minded people in there. And they get a week-on-week personal coaching call from me as well inside the Discord. So if this stuff excites you and you get to watch my screen as well, if this stuff excites you, bro, check the first link in the description box below and let's get rich. Now, back to this. I was watching this Tesla, took my profits and let my runners run. QQQ's the same, SPY the same. Now, I sold a little bit early. You might think I sold a little bit early because right now what's happening is we made a big move towards the downside. Like, check this out. We made such a huge move towards the downside. But there's one thing that I always tell everybody. People are like, oh my God, if I would have held my position, I would have been up another 100,000. Bro, that's pretty much saying to yourself, if my grandmother had tires, she would have been a bike. Or if I would have picked the right lottery numbers the night before, I would have been worth 150 million this morning. Bro, that's a wishful thinking. So don't be ungrateful for the gains that you've already made. If you're somebody who makes, let's say, $250 a day from your day job and you make $250 from your trading on this morning, bro, instead of just looking at 250 bucks, I want you to think of it like you will literally freed yourself from one whole day of slavery. That's what it is. It's just modern day slavery in a way. You get my point? And you freed yourself out of it. And that once you start looking at things a little bit like that, like you were able to free yourself for 3 hours from the slavery. So once you start looking at things like this, your life is going to become easier and you'll be able to make way more money. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below and subscribe to the channel. I'm out.